Hi, Paul O'Brien here with wayofthesamurai.com. Just doing a quick instructional video showing you the rest of Saho, the ritual preparation of your clothing for the training in martial arts. I'm coming from an Iaido background, so I'll be doing it in the manner appropriate for them. There are different subtleties in how you tie on your clothing depending on if you're studying Aikido, Kendo and whatnot, but we'll be doing it the Iaido way. Now this is the Hakama, the pleated trousers that are worn during the practice of Iaido. What we're going to do, we've already tied on our obi, you can see my other instructional videos on that. We've already tied this on, so we're going to tie on our Hakama. What we're going to do is we're going to take the front part, the part with the pleats, and we're going to hold on to that, and we're going to let go of the section here with the board and the little peg, and we're going to let these go, and we're going to let that fall down. What you're going to do now is you're going to step in, left foot, always left first, right foot, like so. So you're going to bring the himo, the top here, above the layer of your obi. So you're going to bring that up and just rest it on the layer of the obi. What you're going to do now is you're going to take the two long ends of what we call the himo, and you're going to take these two long ends and you're going to bring these around like so, and you're going to cross them like this, right over left. You're doing this above the knot of the obi. So this goes above the knot of the obi. Cross them down, over the knot, and you bring them forward, like so. From here, what you're going to do, you're just going to tighten these up. So you're going to pull them, tighten them up. You're going to bring this across. You're going to bring right first, then the left, like so, creating an X in front of you, like so. Okay? So you're now going to take the left-hand side, which is on top, over and towards the rear. You're going to take this side over and towards the rear, like so. Again, you make sure that's nice and tight. And we're aiming to tie these below the level of our obi knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip these over, and I'm just going to tie a basic false knot or a magician's knot. And what you're just going to do is you're going to loop that around like so, loop that underneath, and you have this false knot. That means all I have to do is pull on this shorter tag and the knot comes undone. Okay, so that's the front section. With all of our pleats nicely aligned. Now we're going to grab the back section with the board and the peg, and we're going to take the peg and we're going to tuck it down through all the levels of the obi. Okay? Then we're going to take the last two himo, like so. Okay? Straight from the back board. And we're going to take these and we're going to fold them to the front. Okay? So it's going to go right first, left over, like so. We're going to bring these down to the level of the knot here. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take the left one, you're going to grab the knot that's already there, the little cross section from the first himo, and you're going to bring that up through all of those and out to the top. And you're just going to tighten the whole lot up. So now we have the top himo connected to the bottom himo. Okay? Now, at this stage there are two ways of tying it. Okay? Well, there are a number of different ways of tying it depending on what school, what family, what lineage you're training in, and I'll show you two variations. Okay? The first one is a more fancy style of knot. Okay? Which is where we take the top section and we create a little knot with the bottom section and we fold that in and through. So we're just creating a small little knot like so. Okay? Now, if you're just training in the dojo and it's not a particularly fancy day, all you do is you take this excess cord and you wrap it around the bottom tape just to get it out of your way. You tighten it up like so. So it's just tucked in like that and tied sequentially along, right? And that's the general way I wear it when I'm just doing training. Okay? If I'm doing a demonstration, however, or it's for a special occasion, there is a fancier way of doing it. Okay? So what you do is you take the left hand side, you fold it in halfway, then you fold it again halfway, making sure that's all nice and squared up and neat, like so. It's very important to make sure that this is neat. If you're going to do it right. Okay? So we have a little rectangle across here. Take the bottom layer and we bring it up and over, and we tuck down and through. Again, we're just going to square all of that up, making it nice and neat. And we're going to continue to loop this top section over, like so, about halfway. So you'll have a little loop section here at the bottom, and a little straight tab at the top. And again, you just want to make sure this is all nice and neatly squared up. That is how you tie the traditional square knot. And that is how you tie on your Hakama, ready for training. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier in the obi videos, you should have these hemo tapes level with the top of the obi. But, if you paid attention, you should have a small separation between the top of the obi here and the other two layers down there. So I can easily find where to put my sword when I'm doing the opening reho and bow in for class. Makes it nice and easy. And that is how you put on your obi and get ready for training. I'm Paul O'Brien. Thank you for joining me.